How's it going, guys? It's Joshieboy, and I've got some more gameplay of my Let's Play for World of Warcraft playing right now. Um, I thought I would just make another video of me kind of talking. Um, I don't really know. I'm really far ahead in these Let's Plays in terms of like recording. Um, as you can see, I think I'm like I don't even know what level I am. I can't see it at all, but I know it's something low. It's like level 5 or something. But basically, my character is level 30 right now. um, I haven't been super up to date with all this. Sorry about that. It's my phone. I haven't been super up to date with all of my recording and or uploading, and I wish I was, but honestly, I play this game with my cousin a lot. Um, we level really quick, just through quests. We only have run, I think, two dungeons, and I guess honestly, um, honestly, I just didn't record a lot of voice. I did record a voice for this. It's a little jacked up because I didn't test my mic out before I started recording. Half the reason why I'm doing this right now and kind of talking to you guys. Um, but yeah, uh, it's kind of an issue. Um, Crap, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, it's kind of an issue trying to upload all this content and not have anything to really talk about. And that's not to say I don't have stuff to talk about. I have lots of, random shit that I could talk to you guys about, but I don't really have a viewer base as of now. My Rift playlist is doing a little bit better because I advertised it moderately on a Rift forum. Uh, but beyond that, World of Warcraft, I'm just not doing so well. I have two friends, not really friends, I guess YouTube friends. I don't want to undermine you guys, my friendship with you guys, but I comment on their content regularly and they comment on mine. And so it's cool to have that kind of relationship. But this playlist hasn't really exploded, and I think a lot of it comes down to like how much effort I put into the video and how much effort I put into advertising the video. And in terms of both, I haven't really done a whole lot. Primarily because I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to like decide if I want to put a ton of effort in this or not. And it's hard because I also have really big time management that I have to perform, and it's kind of silly I say that because it's summer right now. I still have like 2 weeks left before I go back to college, and so considering that, I still have a lot of time, right? But it's just I'm doing like I'm trying to record like an album, um, uh, like music wise, and that's really been a lot of work. And then I just have like my own hobbies, like working out or hanging out with friends. So it's a lot to juggle, but I've been trying to do all of it because I I have felt very ambitious lately, and I kind of want everything. And I sometimes I think that I shouldn't be shooting for it all. I mean, if I had one playlist, maybe one Let's Play, this would be more feasible. But the problem is I'm playing so many games at once because there are so many I want to play. I'm not. I don't want to get stuck with WoW or stuck with Rift or stuck with Darksiders or what have you. When I go to college, maybe I'll have to decide on one, and only play it moderately. But for now, I feel like I can play everything, um, and that's not true. uh, I'm not going to be able to now. It's like trying to read 4 books. It's not easy to keep up on all the stories. Um, Lucky for me, in terms of playing WoW right now, I'm not really playing it for the story. Um, my Let's Play uh, Pandarin Monk playlist, that is more of a story. And I like playing the game like that because I think it's really fun sometimes. Just a quick thing I'm dealing with on that, and a side note, if anyone's watching this and normally watches my my Let's Play for that I am dealing with some weird corrupted MP4 file problem, and one of my fucking recordings for that is corrupted, and I'm really unhappy about that because I can't just go back and replay it. That's the thing about an MMO. You can't just go back and re-record it. It happens and that's it. And it's a big chunk. It's about an hour and a half worth of recording. So I'd really hate to have to just lose all of that. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not super happy. I don't know what's going on. If it's XSplit, which is my recording device that I'm using, my recording software, or if it's possibly my hard drive. I'm not so sure what's going on. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it and maybe figure a way to figure out a way to recover some of that, so the file, I guess, because I don't want to have to really make another Panda Monk. But I mean, and I don't know if I would, because it's not a series that's like doing amazing or anything. I'd consider it, I guess, maybe along the lines or along like the in the long run. But um, um, so then I guess so. I'm basically going to talk for 30 minutes. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, so this might be boring or this might not. I hope you guys enjoy what I can come up with while I talk. But wait, give me one second. I'm gonna put these shades down while I'm here. So basically, two things I could just talk about right now. Oh wait, let me close my door too. So basically, two things that I can talk about right now, which are kind of in my head, in my mind. I think it's kind of funny that I use World of Warcraft uploads as kind of my like. I don't know if I'd call it venting to YouTube, but like it's sort of like venting because I'm not really venting to anybody yet, like a community. I'm just kind of venting to almost myself because I'm not really getting a whole lot of views on these videos. But regardless, I'd like to maybe talk about. I actually have a new mic, and I didn't just get this for fucking recording commentary on videos because that'd be really silly to spend like $80 on a mic like that, and I never would have. I'm fine with using the mic on my headset, but I also, as I said, am recording an album, and one thing I've come in, and I mean before, I like the garage kind of sound that can come from using like really shitty equipment, because I think it's fun and easy. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Obviously, the people that use a lot of the expensive equipment aren't necessarily putting tons of effort into their music, but for someone like me who has no idea what they do or no like background on that sort of thing, I mean, me buying expensive equipment is like gonna take a long time to get like acclimated with it, and I'm gonna have to go through a lot to understand it. It's not really something I want to put a lot of effort into. When I make music, I just like sounds. I just like how things, how like two instruments come together, or how my like vocals come together with a guitar. Or when I drum, how my guitar and drums sound together. When I have like a really cool idea and I just want to place it down, and when I record it all and just play it, and I love that. I just love listening to my own music in that sense. I also like sharing my music, and I haven't done a whole lot of that, but that's what this album is about. Um, Not about, but that's what I'm going to do with the album. So I hope to be able to play. Sorry, God, I keep losing focus because I'm looking at the freaking video while I'm talking. Not easy to stay on a thought when I'm doing both of those. But basically, sorry, getting back to why I got the mic. So I got the mic because of trying to record, with my Mac. I have a MacBook Pro, right? I'm like the typical music guy doing GarageBand crap. Like I use GarageBand, no joke. I think it's fine. I think it's got really easy presets for like modifying like sounds, and I use them occasionally. Most of the time I just record live instruments and maybe have like a easy modification that's like really like a soft mod that doesn't really cause the sound to be like too much different from the original. Or I'll just use the software instruments because I think they work fine and they aren't too cheesy or corny. They give me what I want. So basically I have been recording using the mic input on the MacBook Pro. Now, as many of you might know or might not know, that mic it primarily is designed for like a webcam. It's to complement the webcam. It's not really designed for like recording. stuff. I mean, you can do that, or at least I don't know. I guess I wasn't so sure what it was designed for, but it definitely, from usage, it's definitely not for vocals and guitar. And that's what I've been doing for the last 5 months of actually like growing a pair of balls and recording music. Because let me tell you, it's hard to record music. Because first of all, it's just hard to feel confident about something like that, and I'm still not confident. But I try to get more confident about that every day when I play, because that's what it takes. Just doing it a lot, but. I have been recording using the mic on my MacBook Pro, and it sounds fine. It actually doesn't sound too bad. I have a couple songs I'm really happy with. The problem is the master mix that it has is really hard to use, and I'm not like a sound engineer, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to like fiddle with things and get them to sound nice, and half the time it sounds decent, and half the time it sounds like really shitty, and I'm kind of okay with that. But I decided to get a mic because. Well, I was doing a lot of like looking around online, and I found and what the hell is this mic called again? It's the famous one, the Yeti. God damn it! But it's not the expensive one. I don't want you guys to think I'm dropping $200 for music. No, it's like an $80 mic. It's the cheap Yeti. So, oh, the blue Yeti, is that what it is? I don't know. I'm not. I'll figure it out in the future. I'll be referring to it whenever I talk to somebody. In the future. I just got the mic, literally unpacked it today, and it sounds amazing. I've been playing with it a lot, trying to get the gain correct, trying to get volume levels correct, because it's not easy. Let me tell you, anyone that says that they can plug in a mic and use it, I mean, yeah, sure, they can use it, but use it well, it's a whole nother story. I've been trying to record all sorts of things because this mic, and let me take a step back. The reason why I purchased this mic was particularly. Well, not only did it have amazing reviews on Amazon and have a great deal for Prime members, which I am indeed a Prime member on Amazon, but it also is very multi-purpose. Sorry, my mic again. It's also very, my phone. It's also very multi-purpose in the sense that I can record, commentary voice, which is really cool, kind of, and record guitar and record vocals and possibly drums. I haven't tried that yet, and I'm not really excited to because I know it's going to be difficult. I don't have like mics for my drums. I'm not one of those drummers. I've drummed for 6 or so years, just kind of casually, not really taking lessons. But I've always used my MacBook to record them, and it sounds really shitty. Let me tell you, it's like super garage band. Like I always think like whenever I'm recording the shit that I sound like my drums, I always think I sound like a less cool version of like Tame Impala or Pond, which are two, if you guys don't know, like indie bands that are, well, Tame Impala is a much more popular indie band, and then Pond is kind of like a couple of members diverged off and wanted to create like a psychedelic band with like a similar sound. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, I like to think that I kind of sound like that. I don't really think I'm totally on point with it. I think I sound a lot shittier than I'm willing to say, but regardless, it works. I mean, if I can record it, that's all that matters to get it down. But now I've kind of wanted to enhance the sound because I have been trying to record vocals, and the higher the pitch, the harder it is with a shitty mic, because you just get this really shitty static. And I don't exactly know the physics, but if I was to explain it in the layman terms that I know, trying to record a high pitch with a shitty mic causes static because, I don't know, the mic is something with the mic's input is, over, like the gain cannot handle it or something. I don't know exactly, but regardless, it happens. It's really bad. And I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I had this one song I really liked that I wrote, just kind of one day, and I loved all the parts, and I listened to it. One thing I do a lot when I'm done writing a song and done recording it, I'll put it on my I'll play it on a speaker of a car, and I don't know why, but I feel like this is like, it's a good testament and a good like testament for the sound and how it sounds like in general when it's all together. I have speakers. I have like a nice sound system in my room, but I just feel like it's nicer to test it in the car. It's a very weird tradition for me, but basically it sounded not that great. It sounded very garage bandy in the sense that it's just really crappy recording, and honestly, I didn't want it to get to me, but I just felt like the song had so much potential, and I felt like because of how my recording quality was, it just didn't sound as good as it could have. And at that, I really just wanted to get a new mic because I feel like that would have solved so many problems, and I feel like it will once I get better at using it. But for now, not so much. You know, it's been a real big struggle to get everything working. Primarily with the guitar, the vocals are fine. I think I've almost cracked it. I'm really worried about trying to figure out what stat or what I like what what's the idea what um, damn it what uh sorry guys, I'm blanking on words. What I'm worried about trying to refine what specs, I'm using the wrong word, that I had on before with the mic when I was recording vocals. Because one thing that happened, I recorded vocals on the track and then I went back to like try to record the guitar. Oh yeah, by the way, really quick thing, back in the game, just I don't know if you guys are listening and not watching, but just to watch really quickly, this is a Silver Elite. I'm gonna do my best to mention that from now on, just because it's kind of funny. And Silver Elites I feel are really fun. There should be I don't know if there is, but if there isn't, there should definitely be an achievement for getting all the Silver Elites in like a zone or in a continent, because I think that would be really cool. So anyway, so one thing that happened, back to my story with recording, is after I was done recording vocals and I felt decently happy with it, I tried to record guitar. And the one thing about this mic and just the idea, just the theory, I mean, not really theory, just trying to think about recording guitar, electric guitar. You kind of think, well, like when you turn your amp on, if you guys own a guitar, and if not, I mean, you could look the YouTube video of this up really quickly, because if you turn a guitar amp on and you turn the volume up too loud, you get this static sound that's like a hum. And to any normal human being, and once you play guitar, you don't hear it. I mean, to any normal human being, you would never hear that static once you start playing the guitar. And you'll hear it maybe very slightly, but the guitar, the strumming of the guitar overpowers it very easily. But when you have a mic that specializes in capturing as much sound as physically possible, through engineering and through whatever mumbo jumbo goes into creating the mic, it's going to pick that shit up, and it does. And I've been having a lot of trouble muting that, or at least trying to pad it down so that I don't hear so much static, because it's really, really irritating to hear it. It doesn't sound good. It sounds even worse than what I had from my old recording with just the fucking MacBook input. Because the thing about the MacBook input is it's a really shitty mic that I would actually usually not even have close to my amp. And it would just collect what sound it could, which was just, the strumming, and not in a very good way and not a good quality way, but in a way that worked. It worked fine. It was probably a step up from, trying to record a live concert with your phone. Because that sounds awful. But this sounded at least a step up or two steps up, what have you. And but then using this nice mic, and it's not even the greatest mic, but it's a good mic. This is not a shitty mic. It just collects so much of the static, and it just overpowers, and it's awful. It sounds like shit. So I'm really trying to figure that out. I've tried dampening it with a pillow, dampens it a little bit too much to the point where it almost gives it this weird enhanced sound where it's like dampening the guitar. So I'm trying to figure out some more stuff. I've been really fucking with the knobs on my guitar. If any of you are musicians, I don't expect anyone to be, but if anyone's a musician that records guitar, electric guitar, or any type of instrument for that matter, just give me tips. That would be freaking amazing. I would love you, and I'd probably subscribe to whatever stuff you have on YouTube and follow your videos and stuff, because that would be super cool. I'm always down for help. In that sense. But I guess I'd like to transition from this whole talk of this mic to that, because an idea just popped in my mind about help. And so basically, there's so much help on the internet nowadays, and some of it's good, some of it's not. And by good and not good, I would say that it comes down to how reliable the information is. And you could talk about so many things. I could segue to so many ideas from this opener or this little segue that we're in, um, but like um, I think that it would I just wish people in like general in the world, and this isn't to say everyone, but there are so many people nowadays that get so trolly and so taunty when they're trying to give out help or give out information, and it's just so irritating. Like I was talking, so I built my computer, right, and I built it last summer, and I had a lot of help from my friend who's a much better tech expert than I am in terms of hardware, and he helped me out, and I still fucked up because of course like he left to go on this like thing that he's doing in Alaska. It's like this really cool thing, but that's not important. But basically I tried to like do some of it myself, and I've done a pretty decent job, but in other cases I fucked up, certain things, like whether it was in installing a part incorrectly, or just having a failing part and then not knowing what to do. But I have this really cool tech guy that he's like a local little independent store that lives in my town, and basically he's helpful as hell. Like he helped me fix every freaking problem that I've had with my computer as of late, and I'm so happy he did. But at the same time, whether it's his patience or the way he just is, and I think it might be a little bit of both, he just gives me a lot of sass, or oh yeah, you're this guy, like, oh, you have no idea what's going on. Like for instance today, he was trying to I'm dealing with like I had a couple blue screens, and I didn't exactly know what was up, so he's like, oh, email them to me, and I was like, all right, well, how do I access them again? He's like, all right, C colon Windows mini dump, and I was like, C colon, and he's like, C colon, and I was so confused, and I'm not trying to bitch, but I was so confused. I was like, C colon, what the hell does that mean? And finally he's like, your local drive, and I was like, oh yeah, why didn't you just say that? And he's like, well, I said that, C colon, and I know, and I don't know, just like that, the process of, and I could be over dramatic, I could be acting over dramatic, but it was so irritating because he was just like, and he like laughed about it after. He's like, Jesus, and I was just like, come on, man. I mean, I'm coming to you for help. Like, if anything, you should be anything should be very helpful, but I guess in his defense, he's just a local independent shop. Like, if he was not to kind of hit him back behind his back, but hit him back, that just sounds awful. I don't know what the saying would be. I forget the saying, but like if he was, more cooperative and more helpful, maybe he wouldn't be independent in a local little business. No, but because he's great, guys. But honestly, I just wish that people were like either it's the fact that people are because like how technology is so fast nowadays, like you get everything so quickly. I feel like it's slowly changing our mentality, and I don't think this. I know this. No, I don't know this. But I think it's very fair to say that it's happening. I think it's very fair to say our mentality and the way we approach everything in life is slowly changing, and we kind of are expecting things to come faster and things to happen faster, and if they don't, we get more irritated because we're becoming less patient because everything is being fed to us so quickly. And when you get so many things fed to you so quickly, so often, you just start to like work like that, and when things don't happen like that and they go back to what they were before, you look back and you're like, well, holy shit, I can't wait around. Like I'm so used to the other side of this. And so I hate this because it kind of, technology and all the things that I use are kind of, perpetuating and evolving our lack of patience. And I really don't like that because, having a lack of patience isn't good because it causes, in lots of cases, people to either have higher tempers or just care less. And so in both cases, that's just not good because you just get people that are going to be, unpleasant to you for no reason or for reasons that they think are reason to be unpleasant, but you know, probably not such a good reason. And to all of that, it's so unfortunate because if we didn't have these problems, or if we didn't have technology, then we wouldn't have this perpetuating and evolving with our lack of patience. But at the same price, then we've got all the other negatives. So there's always the pros and cons. And I don't want to go on a philosophical like debate about which is which or which is better, because honestly, we could all argue our own points, and that's fine. And maybe if I was talking, or if I talking to someone else, or I was doing like a cooperative commentary, this would be kind of the place to do that. But not by myself, because I'll just go on a tangent and it might not even make sense to anybody. So, but I guess just hopping off that, I guess I'll kind of reflect on everything in the last like couple of minutes that we have. Basically, these videos will probably be me just talking. So if you guys hate that shit, then you don't have to watch. I hope that some of you guys like watching and maybe are kind of interested in what I'm talking about. I don't try to act smart or I'm sorry, no, that came off wrong. It's not that I don't try to act smart. It's because that makes it sound like I'm implying I am. I'm not smart, guys. I'm not trying to act like smart or anything when I like talk like this. I just am talking like I am, and I think I'm being really serious right now because I can be much more silly than this. But I guess when I'm by myself and I'm just kind of, talking, that's how I am. If I'm with like friends or if I'm talking to like someone else, I'll be I like to think I'll be much more loose and happy if I'm in like a good mood. And right now I'm a little frustrated at a couple things just because I've been trying to get my music stuff together. But I thought I'd give this talk because I thought it would be, well, first of all, I want to upload some content. And second off, I really wanted to just, talk. And I feel like in any circumstance, just kind of talking like this can be really good. Oh, by the way, looking back at the game, so I have blacksmithing, right? Well, I've dropped that and I have engineering now. So I hate to spoil that, but if you guys were looking for blacksmithing in the high 450s or whatever the max is now, in the future, I drop it and I get engineering. So, but I will get that up high. It's already really high. I think it's almost. It's almost at 200 at my level 30, so it's pretty decent. But I'll have a video where I literally pick it up and I have a couple of materials and I'll get it to 100 right there. And I think I'm really proud of that. I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but I thought it was really funny. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, in the future, this is what it'll be. I think it'll be just me ranting, but it'll have the Let's Play attached. And maybe if I get really high leveled and something really amazing happens, I'll start recording the dialogue again. But for now, I think this kind of works because who wants to watch me, talk about this shit? I have nothing to talk about. And I'm playing with my cousins, so I can't read quests like I do in other Let's Plays because that would just never work. He's not patient like that, and I don't blame him because it's hard to do that, especially in WoW where the quest line isn't even that fucking interesting. In my own opinion, of course. I think that if you like quests and you like lore and you want to discover the quests and lore of World of Warcraft, then just play Warcraft 3 or Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 1. Just play the Warcraft series because that's got the lore written out much better than I think in World of Warcraft, which is much more sporadic and not clear cut, and sometimes it's just all these side quests that don't actually link together. Like any of the starting areas, I don't even think link to anything that happens in the next 10 levels or even the next zone, I'd say. So it's all, I mean, you could probably pick the pieces up and attach them together if you've played it, but but if you just play it if you just run through it and you're not really paying attention, there's no fucking way. It's way too hard. I mean, play Warcraft and you'll understand a lot more about the lore. World of Warcraft's lore is okay, but I never found it to be that interesting. I just thought the zones were always really cool because each one's really fun, and the fact that you're in an MMO and it's immersive is enough to make the game just more interesting than the quests, in my opinion. I think my other Let's Plays have more interesting quests, such as Darksiders or maybe Lord of the Rings. I think that those are kind of more interesting so far, but I'm not done. I will always be making these MMOs, or not always, but I will be doing many more MMOs. I'm just tackling the big ones for right now because those are the ones that are most interesting to me. But I'll do the less popular ones in the future. But anyway, guys, this has been a nice long talk. Longest talk I've done in a while, but I plan to do more of these because 30-minute videos is what I upload now. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one. And yeah, enjoy the last 10 seconds. See you guys.